Katie Couric is back on Today. The former host of the NBC morning show returned to Rockefeller Plaza for the first time since she left the program a decade ago on Monday, reclaiming her seat behind the anchor desk next to Matt Lauer.
Welcome back to Studio One Day, January 1997. Apparently, joked Lauer as he welcomed Couric at the beginning of the show. He later began to talk about Couric's upcoming birthday on Saturday and the fact that she will be turning 60 as she tried to silence him by putting her hand over his mouth. Couric, 59, will be hosting the program all this week, filling in for Savannah Guthrie, who has been on maternity leave since early last month. Don Nash, the executive producer of Today, posted a photo to his Instagram account early Monday of Lauer and Couric preparing for the show while getting their makeup done, writing, 40 to air. #flashbacks. Not visible in that photo, however, was the wall of signed publicity shots Couric posted of herself before Lauer got to work. "You know, this would be hysterical if this weren't exactly the way the makeup room looked when she worked here," joked Lauer. Couric kicked off the program by telling Lauer it was nice to meet him after the show's opening credits. "This is the first time Katie's not been back to the show but back to co-host in a decade," Lauer told viewers. Couric responded by saying, "I know. It's really exciting. I'm happy to see my friends here. To see everyone in TV land. Does it feel like Twilight Zone for you, Matt?" She also said how happy she was to be helping out Guthrie while she is at home taking care of her baby boy Charlie. Couric then got right to work, delivering the major morning news stories alongside Lauer before interviewing President-elect Donald Trump's newly appointed press secretary Sean Spicer. And despite being away from the anchor desk for 10 years, she was still in top form as she pressed Spicer to give an answer about Trump's recent claim that he knows things other people don't know about the Russian hacking allegations. Later in the program, Couric was also reunited with her former Today co-worker Al Roker, who was reporting from the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California. "Hi. Wait a second. Hi, Al," said Couric. Roker responded by joking to Lauer, "What's frightening, Matt, is you and I look horrible and she looks fantastic." He later added that he could not wait to see Couric in the studio when he returns to New York City on Tuesday. Couric also got to return to the plaza alongside Lauer during the show, with the two broadcasting two segments outside despite the frigid temperature and the fact that it was raining in New York. Lauer shielded the two from the rain with a giant orange Today umbrella. The weather did not keep away fans of Couric either, who crowded around the plaza to get a glimpse of her and Lauer back in action. NBC celebrated the two as well by airing some old photos and footage of the co-hosts from back in the day over the course of the program, including a picture from 1997 when Lauer first began to co-host alongside Couric. "That's what it looked like 20 years ago on that first morning of co-anchor of Today. I was by his side then. And apparently, we had the same hairstyle. That was scary," said Couric after the photo appeared on the screen. The two then began to talk about the fact that Lauer is celebrating his 20th anniversary as host of Today this month. "It went by so fast, but that means it's a good thing. That means it's been fun and interesting and challenging, and it all started with you in 1997, said Lauer. Couric meanwhile seemed to be settling in as if she had never left, pointing out to Lauer at one point, "Did you notice my side of the desk is a pigsty and yours is neat and tidy? Some things never change." She was not, however, prepared for her return to the early morning wake-up that is required of Today hosts. Couric posted a graph of her alarm set for 4:30 a.m. on Twitter Sunday night, writing, "Seriously. See you early and hopefully bright. #Today tomorrow." Ratings for Couric's return will not be known for a few days, but the response on social media was overwhelmingly positive on Monday. "Woke up to a dream. Katie Couric back on the app Today show, seeing everyone together. #dreams come true," wrote one woman. "Oh Katie. I sure did miss you. What a pleasant surprise and a great way to start my 2017 watching the app Today show with you," said a fan of the returning anchor. And another fan simply wrote, "This makes my heart so happy." Couric was also all over social media on Monday morning, with the substitute host documenting her day at Today on Snapchat. It kicked off with an image of her leaving her apartment building to head to the studio, which had a large timestamp across it revealing that it was 5:19 a.m. Next she drank a large coffee in the back of her car on her drive to work, going straight to makeup when she arrived. She then shared a number of stills from her 2 hours hosting, including a pic of her and Dr. Oz after their interview on the program, as well as one of the red heels she chose to wear for her return. Couric is currently the global anchor at Yahoo News. She left today to become the anchor of the CBS Evening News while also doing segments for 60 Minutes for a reported salary of $15 million a year, the most ever for a journalist at the time. Couric then stepped away from CBS in 2011 and moved over to ABC, where in 2012 she spent a week hosting Today rival Good Morning America. There was also talk of Couric moving to Today after she left CBS, but that did not come to be. CNN's Brian Stelter wrote in his book Top of the Morning that Couric said at the time, "I feel like it would have been a fun thing to reunite and to show that you can go home again. But I also thought, there's a reason why I left the show." Her most famous interview while at CBS came in 2008 when she sat down with vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin for a series of pieces that many believed doomed Palin and McCain's campaign. It was during that interview that Palin famously talked about Alaska's proximity to Russia and was unable to name a single magazine she read on a regular basis, instead telling Couric, all of them, any of them that have been in front of me all these years." Palin would later claim that Couric had a bias against her. Couric worked as a special correspondent when she arrived at ABC, where she did segments for Nightline and 20/20ths and filled in on all their morning programs at some point, The View, Live with Kelly and Good Morning America. Then, in 2012, she launched her own talk show, Katie, on ABC, which was cancelled after just 2 seasons in 2014. After leaving ABC there were rumors she might rejoin Today again as the show was struggling in the ratings. Couric instead went to Yahoo.